stories posts that are currently live.
And maybe congruent sometimes.
Yeah,
you kind of
congruent.
lump them
Yeah,
together.
yeah. It's like, if you're using the highlights, it's just, each little circle should have all the images or videos in there should be congruent because they each have a little title.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta
It's like a category.
It's like a category, yes. And there's and see, we were talking about the emoticons. Actually, this is a really this used to be really popular. It's not quite as popular now, but it was
I still think it's popular.
I think it's really awesome
because I
it's
like
just
emoticons.
You use the little emoticons.
You do you.
Yeah, and see, we all do. But see, it's another. She has an Instagram for her book, so that's why she put the handle there, and also to her personal one. Personal.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, So it's just and so as you can see, it's sort of like
I like emoticons.
It's like bullet points, only more graphic and more descriptive,
more entertaining,
and just one little image.
And wouldn't you attract? I mean, wouldn't that be a way of attracting a certain audience? So when you talk about who do you want to attract, somebody who like emoticon,
people like me who like the fun stuff.
So if you have a really super, like you're a doctor or something, and
probably don't do emoticons.
Yeah, if you're like the cat behaviorist with 5 million titles and stuff, it might be kind of funky to do your bio and emoticons. But if you're like Jessica,
who likes fun,
who's fun,
I do a lot of emoticons.
Even
in my text.
Yeah, so you do that. Okay, so anyway, who doesn't have a business account here? Does everybody have a business account? Because you should.
And because you can link it to Facebook, which is really convenient.
And you need a Facebook page to have your business account. And the best thing, I think personally, to have a business account is you get the insights, which are stats for your account and your posts, and you can look at that and you can see how many, how
visitors.
How many visitors, how many people are following. Well, I'm not sure if you could get follows and unfollows, or if that's just a creator account. Because
I get the visitors. Like I see how many people show up.
People,
like I go to an event like this.
Do you see how many more followers? Do you see people who unfollow you?
No. Well, I mean, there's
an
app for that actually.
There is, but
that's just.
But I mean, not specific.
I don't like that app.
Not specific unfollowers, but just the graphic trend.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Okay, because you do see followers and unfollowers, so it's just so all of a sudden, if you see your numbers dropping, you can see you're getting more unfollows, and that's why. And one thing I want to really emphasize is just you are always going to get people unfollowing you. Don't take it personally. Don't take it personally unless something like some big controversy happens and a bunch of people drop you at once. Then you have to do damage control. But that's true of anything, social media or not. If that happens, usually it's just a lot of people follow you for no other reason other than to try and get you to follow back. And if you don't, if they aren't related in any way, shape, or form to your niche or what you're about or
your
what
content.
you like, your content, why follow back? And they will unfollow you eventually because you didn't follow them. And a lot of times, even if you do follow them, they will unfollow you because they are just interested in getting their
numbers.
And that's really not cool. I mean, there's a lot of people that do follow, what they call follow unfollow, to gain a lot of followers. But those are for people that aren't interested in building a community. And we're here to build a
create
community.
Content people want to
we want to create content that people value. We want to have conversations with our audience on Instagram. We want to build good feelings there. You can set up promotions with a business account. You have to add an email or phone number to your profile, but you can hide them if you don't want them. I have Summer's email, she has an Instagram specific email live on her profile because that way I can get in emails people that want her to do a sponsored post or want to send her product to review. Then I know that they're coming in through the Instagram account because of the email. And anyway, that's and this is just obviously you don't need to know this because you already know how to have a business profile. But I was going to show you guys. No, Summer, you have to stay. if you needed to get a business profile, that's where you look when you click edit profile. And it says these days it says get more tools. It used to say get a business account. Now it says get more tools. And so anyway, you would do that. But anyway, so you already know how to do that. So Instagram best practices. Okay, so the overall look of your feed. Always be aware of when you're posting on Instagram how it looks overall. I mean, some people really want to create a really pretty Instagram with all sorts of beautiful photos and aesthetics and all that. And some people, just make sure that the photo quality is fairly decent. Sometimes something really cool happens and the photo turns out crappy, but you have to share it anyway. Don't have every photo look like that. Don't have every photo muddy and dark. Just have a variety. Have your images really look interesting, because nobody's gonna when people go to your profile, you want people to see, okay, when I look at your profile, this
You're
is
gonna
what
be attracted to it.
this is what I'm gonna see in my feed if I click follow.
Yeah.
And you want people to wanna see see you in their feed, so your
That's
feed
kind of a good segue to the videos too, actually, because when you shoot videos and you post it on your feed,
Yeah.
you have the ability to pick a cover photo,
Yeah.
which is really important
Yes.
because you want that photo to be the similar aesthetic and feel for your entire feed so that it's attractive.
Mhm.
But a lot of people overlook that, and I help
Yeah.
a lot of people out. Like, I'll see stuff on my feed, and I'm like, I'll just message them. I'm like, hey, love your video, but here's the thing: you can actually pick a cover photo and pick it. Like, it's the far right choice when you put your video on. It's the far right choice. Cover. Click cover, and then slide over to the one that's the clearest, the most coherent, the most cohesive to your vision, and then pick that photo
Yes.
for the cover photo, and then they'll be attracted to that and watch
Can you
that
do
video.
that retroactively? Can I go back and?
I don't believe so,
I don't
actually,
think so.
because I've tried to help people, and I know, but from here on out, the
Now I
far
know.
right option, you can trim it, you can do filter it, and then cover.
Okay.
Pick the far. I start with the far right because I don't want to forget it. Pick the right one that's clear, the clearest one. Like, we have summer doing something cute. Like, it could be blurry, it could be whatever dark, but then you pick the one that's going to be the best picture, because it's going to look like a picture to people. So.
Yeah, and also think about the intent of your post, because if you are posting, if you're an author, or if you have if you have something going on that you want to talk about that in your Instagram, in your
Don't look like this.
Yeah, but
That'd be part of your video. Just don't let that be the
but
picture.
it's they're different things. It's just like sometimes you're having a book event that you're posting about, or you want to talk about your book or something. It's just do something little interesting that'll draw people in. It's just authors think it's just really easy to I'll just put little sayings on some sort of pretty background, and those are really cool. Those are nice. But
Minimalize those,
but
work them in every
you
15.
can get really creative about stuff. It's just one example I can think of is cozy authors. What I really love about cozy authors is they really have fun, these fun mystery stories and stuff. And think about your topic. It's just, I knew of one cozy mystery author who was I don't remember, maybe some of you have read it and you can tell me, but she was her main character was a baker and had recipes. And one thing she could do is have her dish, and it's just have a recipe from the book sitting there, and have the recipe in the content.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, because people would be interested in that because of the main characters.
Sure.
Thing, or it's if you were doing a book on cat advice, when I had Sparkle and she was doing cat advice books. It's just you can have a cat misbehaving and have the whole content about, well, if you want to find out how to keep your cat from messing around litter box, or whatever, or scratching my couch, or you have this image of the cat looking suspiciously at the litter box or scratching the couch. It's just check out my link. It's in the bio. You can do that, or trying to think of
Blogs, people connect to their blog.
Yeah, people connect to their
Mhm.
blog, and you can do stuff like that, or like you can shoot video, like of different things going, like of your event or something that you're doing that's related to your book, or you know, it's just like I mean, you can just get really kind of funny. It's just like, you know, here we are working at your, you know, just shoot a video of you working at your laptop, and then on the day you finish the book, and then just slam the laptop, you know, top down. I'm done with the book, you know. That's
And then pick the best cover.
Pick the best cover.
For that video.
Yeah, just cute little things. I mean, because like, you know, on Instagram, it really helps for, you know, to invite people into your world and have them get to know you. And it's just like, you know, and it depends, like, you know, on your comfort level of being on camera sometimes. And, you know, you don't have to be on camera. You have a lot of things you can use it, just like if you are big on, you know, if you're covering a lot of cat stuff, you can have more cats. People love cats on Instagram as the rest of the internet. And, you know, it's just like if you can have your cats as regular characters in your Instagram feed, if you don't want to give your cat a complete profile, because if you do that, your cat will completely take over your Instagram life.
Well, you'll get a lot of followers.
You'll get a lot of followers, but you know, it's just like, you know, that may not be your focus. I mean, you may want to have something a little bit more comprehensive than just a cat life. You know, you may have, you may write about other things. Like, well, like Amy, for example, she writes about pets. She doesn't just write about cats. You know, so, you know, just like, you know, you know, you want to have your cat maybe as a running character, you know, or your dog as a running character, as part of your feed. And it's just, you can even create hashtags. We're going to get into hashtags a little bit more, but you can create your own your pet can have his or her own hashtag. So that when you have fans for that particular pet, they can actually look up that hashtag and they can actually see all the posts that you have with your pet. You can do that. You know, or like you can have hashtags for your book, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm having a book event for, you know, my latest.
Well, like the hashtag for this is hashtag CWA25.
Yeah.
For our group.
Yeah, it's just you can create your own hashtags. You don't have to just rely on doing hashtags.
So do we want to talk about live pictures versus regular pictures and stories?
Oh, we can do a little bit about that. I mean, well, how many of you have iPhones? Okay, so that's a
Everyone
whole thing.
should have an iPhone.
Yeah, because the whole thing, because like, you know, that's something that's like specific to the latest version of the iPhone, the latest couple versions of the iPhone.
Well, like we
There's a
were
lot-
playing around today
Yeah,
this
we
summer,
did.
and I got
Yeah.
this amazing picture with
Yeah.
her tongue out.
Yeah.
But like I could play around because I did live, so I could pick like the exact spot. How-
The live function has.
But I gotta tell you something. Stories didn't exist last year,
Oh, that's true.
and there's news I've got for you.
Okay.
There's Muse. Yes,
Yes.
it's serious though.
Yeah, 'cause
We
you
can
talk
mess up your
about-
stories. It's good for the pictures because you can pick your picture. But on stories, it's a 3-second film basically, and you can only cut it
yes.
down to 1 second. So you're still gonna have movement. So if you're gonna do anything for your story, the little dot around your, you know,
Right,
yeah, you need to do just a regular picture
Yeah.
because otherwise it's gonna have movement. There's no way around it. I learned that the hard way. I experience these things. That's how I know.
And
Yeah.
we talk about the importance of stories now in terms of Instagram.
Okay, yeah.
Makes you look popular, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's sure-
People gravitate towards popular people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like
yeah,
you're busy, got
yeah,
stuff going on all the
It's just
time.
like, you know, yeah, throw up stories whenever you get a chance, but it's not like, you know, the whole thing is like you do get engagement on stories that you might not get on your posts,
Mhm.
and it's, you know, cover your bases, you know, and.
A lot of bases.
Yeah, a lot of bases. And one of the reasons you want to get as many followers as possible on Instagram, once you hit that magic 10,000 mark, you get what they call the swipe up function on stories,
Mhm.
which means you can swipe up and you can link to anything you want for 24 hours.
And why would you want to do that?
Because if you're throwing a contest on your, on your blog, or if you're having an event and you want to announce the event, it's like I'm appearing at this pet store signing books. Swipe up to find out more info.
Mhm.
And then you also like location tag the the area, you know, the city or the specific, you know, or like, you know, the specific store. And you also hashtag anything pertinent to it on the story.
It's like old school Nintendo when there were like things that you could get and tuck away and then like different levels you could
Yeah.
get to. Instagram apparently whoever created that must have liked Nintendo, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
That's my guess.
Maybe, right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah,
You get
so-
rewards.
Yeah, there's all sorts of like fun stuff you can do that's like, you don't realize until you reach these different levels. But in any case, you can still like, without having the swipe up function, you still can and should location tag and hashtag your stories always, especially like
And tag.
And tag.
With like the at.
The at. Yeah, because the whole thing with the location tags is that they're kind of like I call things secret sauce, because not everybody remembers the location tag, and especially like I live in Los Angeles, so I always location tag, but it's just like everybody in Los Angeles is on Instagram location tagging. If you live in a smaller part of the smaller town in a less populated part of the country, you've got a little bit of an advantage there by doing location tags on your stories.
Where is the location tag?
Okay, on your stories, the location, the location tag on your posts is like, it's right there when you're posting. Location tag on stories is like when you hit the little sticker, the little sticker icon across the top. It gives you a bunch of different options for like, hashtags, tagging handles, tagging location, and all sorts of different emoticons and like stickers and all sorts of all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, it's just like don't get so crazy that you cover up your image, but I mean like
Right.
and the whole, and you can shrink.
You can shrink it as much as you can, angle it, make it fun.
Yeah, I mean if you want.
Make it fun.
Yeah, I mean it's like if you want a location tag, for example, but you don't want to make it all that prominent, you can shrink it really small if you want.
And you're talking about stories, not posts?
Yeah, for posts, yeah. I mean, you can, I location tag all my like regular posts on Instagram. And like when she does her therapy visits, I actually location post the hospital, like St. Vincent's or Shriners or, and I also like,
Because there's an opportunity for them to repost that.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
very helpful for your account.
Like I'm location tagging for that we're here.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, every post, every Instagram post that Summer has done since we've been here has location tagged the Drury Hotel, by the Arch. I mean, pictures are right.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, because it's actually a chain. They don't come out to the West Coast, so I didn't realize till I came out here that it was actually a chain and not just one singular hotel.
I know like 10 came up from the airport and had the address
Yeah.
for the lift person.
Yeah, and photos, and like, when you shoot live, oh my God, it's 10 minutes. Okay, well, I'm gonna, we are.
Hashtagging?
Yeah,
Or no?
hashtagging.
Where are we going?
Okay, let me see. Well, actually, I want to tell you guys how to reach your audience, because I want you to get your numbers up. On the hashtags, okay, I just want to take a really quick poll. How many of you guys use 5 or fewer hashtags on your posts? Okay, how many of you use between 5 and 10? How many of you use between 20 and 30? You should use between 20 and 30.
Well, you can actually use up to 30, but here's a thought though, because when I was researching this for this speech, between 5 and 10 is ideal on your actual post.
Yeah.
However, going in under the comments
Yes.
separately
That's
and
what
putting the
people do.
remaining 20 is also going to get the same responses
Yes.
without it looking cluttered.
Without it looking cluttered, yes.
So is that why people do it?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly
It's
why
not
people do it.
you're not penalized for doing it?
No.
No,
Okay.
no, if you go over 30.
They won't let you post it.
They
I
won't
mean,
let you,
they'll-
they won't let you
Right.
post it.
Oh, but
Yeah,
that's
so
not-
they,
So it's all about kind of like
Yeah.
aesthetics again, and your
Yeah.
posting and the focus of your post being the main event, and then that just being a way, like it's like a filing cabinet for the internet, and people
Right.
look for certain things. They're like, I want to find cats or cat moms or whatever,
Yeah.
so they'll look for that.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to determine whether a certain hashtag is getting interest, if you have all of those hashtags, how would you know?
Well, for me, when I put in the hashtag, it'll pull up the actual hashtag, and it'll
How
say,
many followers.
yeah, it'll say
How many followers?
how many people hashtag that.
Yeah.
150.
Right.
Yeah. And you want the more
you-
popular
Oh,
ones.
you do,
You want
not the less?
some, yeah,
You
in
do.
addition to the more popular ones, you want to put in some of the less popular ones. Like, for example, if you just put hashtag cats, you are never going to be on the top
Same,
post for
yeah.
cats. But if you like with Summer, you do hashtag cat style, way lower. It's like in the tens of thousands, and she has a much better chance of being on the top for.
Or repost it, because a lot of them will repost too.
Yeah, for cat style. And as far as I want you guys to get more followers and be able to reach more people. So I want to give you a few tips here. It's follow the bigger accounts in your niche, and find out who those are. Just do research, hashtag research. Find out who are the people that are getting the top hashtag.
Follow Summer and follow Instagram.
Yeah, follow it. Yeah, but it's just but no, it's just follow people that have hundreds of thousands of followers. And find out who those are by looking at the popular hashtags in your niche and seeing the ones that are appearing there regularly.
And also know what day it is, because a lot of times, if it's hump day, tongue out Tuesday, this will be a perfect picture for that.
And so find those people that way, and once you find out who those people are, follow them, create notifications for them so you know when they post, and so when you get notifications on your phone that they've posted. Because if you can get in there really fast, like Smoother the cat, who has a couple million followers, it's just if you can be one of the first people to comment on their new post, you get seen by so many people after that. Yeah. So it's just comment on those people's posts.
And you can turn notifications on.
Turn notifications on for those posts, and it's just comment on their posts, and engage on their posts, like their posts.
And if they comment, you reply.
Yeah, and if they comment, you definitely reply. When people do comment on your post, reply to them, because that helps build engagement, and it builds personality. People know who you are. People know that you're open to hearing.
That you're a real person.
That you're a real person. Yeah, instead of just some anonymous cat somewhere that doesn't care. It's just they want to know that you want to interact with them. It's just a lot of the people that are the most popular are popular because they, you feel like they're Instagram friends with you. Yes, and you want to create that feeling with your Instagram posts. It's just be part of the community, and comment on posts, be part of the conversation. It's when people DM you, direct message you.
Always reply.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you'll get spammers. You don't have to reply. It's just
ignore them.
Ignore them. But I mean, real people, I just answer. I get a lot of questions on some are about therapy cats or about traveling and stuff, and I always comprehensively answer them, and I try to be as helpful as possible. You can do what they call shout outs. It's just that's when you put a handle on some. If you really like somebody's stories posted, think it's really fun and really cute, you can share it on your own stories. You don't even have to make up your own story. If you just like somebody else, if you see Summer has a story, an Instagram story, and you like it, you can share it on your Instagram, and then you get that little colored wheel around.
Without doing the work.
Without doing the work.
Which is why you should do stories though, because people can do the same with your stuff.
Yeah, they can do the same with your stuff.
Which is great.
And they like you.
And
they like you.
Yeah, we have
because you just made their life easier.
Yeah. We have 5 minutes left, because I want to put in a big pitch for Instagram TV, because
IGTV is a huge new thing. It's competing with YouTube now.
Yeah, and Instagram is really pushing it. I will tell you, Summer gets really between 400 and 600 likes per post. I posted Instagram TV for
thousands, right?
And she got 1,300 likes and 51 comments.
Mine's about 5 times the amount of my normal posts.
Yeah, exactly. Because Instagram's really pushing it, and it's still very small. And so it just.
How do we do it?
So there's an app you have to download. It's one more thing.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even have to.
You didn't have to download that?
No, I just.
I did.
Yeah. Well, you're.
Well, you've got 10,000 followers. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not
well, you were an
7.
early adopter too.
I am an early adopter.
Yeah, you were an early adopter.
But
Instagram too.
one important thing though is that we have to keep our phones vertical.
That's the one thing. The Instagram TV is vertical. Always remember that.
Opposite of Facebook.
The first mistake I made with Instagram TV was I shot a really awesome video of Summer trying on some new outfits, and it was horizontal, so I couldn't post it on Instagram
So all you
TV.
see is blank.
All you see is side of
Summer's
her
over
face.
here somewhere.
Yeah,
Blank.
exactly. So,
I had the same problem at a convention recently. I'm on stage over here, person's over here.
Yeah.
Person who filmed it did it that way, and I blank. I'm that was useless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for Facebook, but not Instagram.
Can you search for somebody's stories? So if I wanted to find Summer's stories, can I search for them?
Oh, for Instagram
Yes.
stories, yes.
How do
Yes.
you search for that?
There's a search function on the IGTVs.
Where do you find IGTV?
For Instagram TV, there's a search function. And,
Oh,
is it? There it is. Yeah, I know, it's just like, as far as I could.
This is all new to
Well, and can I
us.
say something, because it was something that you helped us with before you were
Yeah.
a member. So if you're going to put a link, a URL in your content,
Oh,
nobody can-
IGTV is great for that. You
well,
can't do
but
that on
let's say
Instagram.
you're not doing IGTV,
Okay.
you're doing a normal post. And Jessica shouted out to me, you know, when I was doing one for CWA. So nobody, if it's in your store, in your content on your post,
In your feed.
nobody can click on it.
Yeah,
So
you
if
have
it's
to
one of
copy and
those
paste it.
long URLs
Yeah.
with numbers and letters and all that, you go to Bitly, you
Oh,
put it in
Bitly,
the
definitely,
Bitly
yes,
app,
yes.
Yep.
and you created a Bitly,
A
you know, you
simple
transfer
one.
it but to Bitly, but then name it. You can go
Simple.
into Bitly and name it. So
Yes.
I could say CWA contest or CWA, you know,
Mhm.
and that's a way for people then to
Copy
be
and
able
paste
to,
it
yeah,
easier.
copy paste it, whatever.
Yeah.
But on IGTV, you can actually put links, which is a beautiful
Oh,
thing,
okay.
because then they can just go right to it, which is A plus to that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, so, yeah, it's just like, the important thing is like, you wanna like, you wanna get more followers, you wanna like, the followers you have, you want to engage them and have a conversation with them. And that's like the whole thing with Instagram, we want you to have community. Community's fun. I mean, just like posting a photo and just throwing in a few hashtags, that's boring. Actually, like, commenting back when people comment on your posts, and it's just like going over to other people's really cool posts and like saying, that looks like so much fun, it's just, how did you do that, you know? It's just like, did you go visit the Arch while you were, while you were at this conference? You know, it's just like, be social, it's social media, and, it's just like, Instagram is so much more than just pretty pictures.
Although, speaking of pretty pictures, there is an app for that. I don't recall if I told you guys last year about Beauty Plus.
Oh.
I did. For who was not here last year, it's amazing. Beauty Plus,
You have
it
to
smooths
pay
out
for it, though.
wrinkles. No, it's free.
Oh, it's free?
It's
Okay.
free. Oh, I only do. I mean, the apps that are free, I don't pay for
Yeah.
apps.
So, yeah, we've got one more minute, so anybody have any questions? Back there?
I think I'm like a lot of people here, and we want our work to speak for itself, but we know that we have to put our faces out there as well to connect with people.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to be the brand myself,
Yeah.
anybody else.
No, I am the brand.
Yeah, do you have any suggestions for people who are having difficulty getting over that hump and just?
Well, what are you, as far as like aside from yourself, what are you about?
I'm a nonprofit,
You're a nonprofit, what's your organization?
cat nestler.
So, what do you do?
I teach shelters and nonprofits how to market their cats through social media, and I run events and conferences.
So get permission from them to take pictures and take videos and post those.
Yes.
I do. But every time I post my face, it gets exponentially more interaction, and I don't want to.
That's a tough call.
That's a tough
You
call.
gotta decide if you're gonna wear cat
Yeah.
ears and look ridiculous for your whole life, or, I deal with that question every day.
See, this is the thing, we had a conversation before, a lot of people, a lot of writers, a lot of actors, a lot of comedians are introverts and extremely shy, so you create a persona.
Yep.
Instagram,
I'm secretly super shy.
That's, and so am I, and people say, you aren't shy. Yes, that's why I wear the bling, because you're looking at the bling, or you're looking at the cat instead of me.
Yeah, I know, it's a fun.
Yes, so create a persona. That's a great idea. That's what I did.
Yeah, funny thing is, I'm not shy at all, and nobody cares about me, they just care about my cat.
That's right.
So throw more cats in the videos,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
That's my answer to everything.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's a hard call, it's just like when you are getting more engagement for, when you're in there, it's just like, either you have to bite the bullet or you have to figure out something that's even more interesting than you.
More, add animals.
Yeah,
More.
more animals, more, actually, like, you can like take specific animals and have them, give them personas. Yeah.
And
I was
hold one
actually
in front of your face.
in front of your face.
Ooh.
No, I've seen.
Yeah, that's
you
a
know,
good
so you're
idea.
just partially showing
Yeah.
your face.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like, I was like,
And wear a cat mask.
Is Alana,
There you go.
is Alana here? Yeah, cause I was just telling Alana earlier, it's just, we were talking about, she's doing social media for Treehouse Humane, and she's got cats, that she's trying to like, get homes for because she's Treehouse. I was like, give them, she's doing a really awesome campaign for one cat in particular, wearing a chicken hat, but it's just like, give these cats personas and their own hashtags, and just have them be running characters until they get adopted.
That's how Midnight Louie came to be.
Yeah, and like and after the cat gets adopted, sometimes, because I've seen this happen with Beth Stern with her cats. Sometimes her cats get adopted, and the cat keeps the cat carries on the hashtag and its own name and all that
In a
stuff.
new
So,
home.
yeah, like Olive by the Sea, like the cat, the little tortoiseshell cat that was brutalized, and she took care of. She traveled to adopt, to foster and take care of it and stuff, and got adopted, and she has her own Instagram, and it's very popular. So, there you go. There you go. So anyway, so I think we'll end on that note.
Summer says goodbye.
You guys are awesome. Quick note, I'm gonna be running in and out because I've actually got an awards banquet to put on, so, just a reminder, if you've not gotten your badges yet, please see Mary. There's your drink tickets in there. The reception starts at 6 tonight in this room, and then the award starts at 7. We have one more session after this, and then I'll see you all later tonight.
And what if we didn't get drink tickets? Some of us, I don't think I
Wasn't in there?
No.
I'll give you some.
Summer was a good look.
Look how fast we ran.
I just don't even know. It's so good.